From the Predatory Lending Network talking to you. Now the Davos debates are meeting in Switzerland, and the theme of their meeting this time is inclusive growth. So we're asking folks throughout the galaxy, how do we help close the gap between the rich and the poor? So Minnie, how do we help close the gap between the rich and the poor?
So I think we can give very good opportunities to the poor people, because some of them, they have very good talent, and they have knowledge, and they know how to do many things. So if we give them a good opportunities, like good jobs and maybe opportunities to open a business, you know, some people who qualified, who has a good credit and very good background, is a good person, so they can improve their life with a small business. If they know how to cook, so a small business about food, or if they know how to dance, can be a small business about dance, and so many people can improve their life. Also the kids, if they have kids, so those a little child are going to grow up much better, and they can do better things in the future for this country. So please, let's help each other and let's make a better and beautiful life. Thank you.
That's right. This is the idea. The idea is to work together for the best nation, United States. You know, right?
How do we help close the gap between the rich and the poor?
So it's very important, because the thing is, when we work together, we work on best nation, especially now in Christmas. You know what I mean? Today's holidays, and the people work together for the next year, 2011, we have a better country for the nation.
Yeah, and the poor people, if we give them better opportunities, they can improve the world. Yes. Right, Mickey?
That's right. This is the idea.
Good business, small business.
Yes, more business, more move, you know, more people come for tourists, on the economy, it's the better.
It's going to be better because of course.
So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say?
All right.
We love you.
We love you. Happy Christmas. Happy holidays.
How can everyone benefit from economic prosperity and inclusive growth?
Well, you know, that's a really hard question. I guess all I can say is we can mobilize as many resources as possible and try to do the best we can. You know, take donations whenever possible and do the best we can.
Kind of short. Do you want to say anything? Is there any last minute things you'd like to say to the viewers?
Stay in school.
That's a lot of breasts that camera's holding. Just saying.
Now, this is Jarvon from the Predatory Lending Network talking to you. Now, the World Economic Forum is meeting in Davos, and they're asking folks about inclusive growth. So how can everyone benefit from economic prosperity and inclusive growth? So, ma'am, how can everyone benefit from, how can we help the poor?
It sounds sort of like a Robin Hood thing, and I was always a fan of Robin Hood, especially the Disney one with the foxes. But I think really what the poor need is a hand up, not a handout, and we need to have companies like H&M and other retail agents who throw away old clothes. Instead of throwing those away, be forced to donate them to the poor so that they can use them to clean themselves up, get interviews, and get proper jobs.
Exactly. Education is the key. Any sort of programs where they help educate the individuals so that they can get a job and actually support themselves is the way to go.
So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say to our viewers?
I would like less of my tax money to go to poorhouses that just hand things out, and more of my tax money to go to adding new businesses and creating more jobs.
Exactly. Economic growth, stimulate it by creating jobs and helping people out.
So ma'am, how can we help the poor?
Well, first of all, we've got to love each other and share. You might be gifted a little bit more with a few things of this or that, but the objective is to share with your neighbor. And if you see someone really down and out and hurting, and you've got a few dollars or a couple of coins, pass it on.
Okay. So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say to our viewers?
Well, I want to thank the viewers for even watching this clip. And as you know, in your heart, love and understanding is the key to life.
So Michael, how can we help the poor?
Stop with the greed. Pretty much. I feel that everyone's created equal, put on this world for a reason, and without, you know, if everybody would stop focusing on greed and the concept of, you know, earning money, you know, and be able to help those who are less fortunate, then it would be that much easier for the world to turn, or so I believe.
So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say to our viewers?
I love you all. Thank you very much.
How can we help the poor? By providing more affordable schools, more affordable housings with assistance like low down payments on houses. You can't really give them a tax break because they don't make enough for a tax break to help them. But assistance at all levels, and you know, with, like I said, cheaper education, a higher education, more affordable housing, you know, built so that you're not paying $500,000 for a family of 4 to have a house anywhere you live in, like Los Angeles. Okay, and better medicine, because medicine, or better insurance and protection for the poor, because the better health you have, the more productive you're going to be. If you can't get treated even for such things as bad teeth, it all affects your state of health, and that's one of the most important things, is to be healthy so you can achieve things.
So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say to our viewers?
Oh, well, I'm glad to be out here, and I'm grateful to be coming to you again from the Predatory lender. That's what I was going to say. I didn't quite pick for this. But the Predatory lender, we always have a ball, and he's a very important moment to discuss. So I'm glad to be of assistance, Mr. Predator.
So Elmo, how can we help the poor?
Well, we teach the poor how to help themselves, okay? We start providing programs that the poor can get involved in, that they can start benefiting themselves. Like the poor can do something with the children, you know, and we tie it all in together, and that's how we can help ourselves.
So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say to our viewers?
I'd like to say, leave Obama alone. Let the man do his job. He hasn't been in there that long. He's had a lot of stuff to deal with, and he needs your help, not your detriment.
So Bumblebee, how can we help the poor throughout the galaxy?
Well, right now there are programs that will help the poor with economics, with money, and with low-income rent. The problem is getting out to them and letting them know that it's available. And that right there could create a job in itself. Hiring people to go to people, and you know, those people know who's in need of it, because they're in need of it themselves. Hire them, let them go out there and tell them about these programs, about these organizations. Because a lot of money is in these programs and it's just going to waste. No one takes advantage of it. No one's using it. So hire people to spread the word and let them know where it's at and where they can go and get help. That's the start to help them, of course. And then there are factories and workplaces that can hire people. Maybe not for the top skill jobs, but work that's definitely needed in factories and all kinds of places like that that's needed.
So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say to our viewers?
Enjoy the world.
So Elvis, how can we help the poor throughout the galaxy?
Well, let me tell you right now, man, I've been thinking about this for a long time. And the way to help out all of economic and the poor is to go ahead and give every American with a Social Security number a credit card for $100,000. That's right. Issue credit cards for $100,000 to every American, but see, if you owe back taxes on your to the government, this $100,000 will wipe out up to $50,000 worth of your back taxes. That way, what's his name would have went to jail the other day, Wesley Snipes. But what it is then the rest of the money, after you pay your taxes, clear that, you can go ahead and spend however you want in only American-owned based companies. That way all the money stays back in here, goes through. Let me tell you, if you could imagine giving all the middle class, old and poor, $100,000, what they would do with it. They would go buy cars, they'd save GMC, AMC, and everybody else. They would go buy clothing, they would go buy, just consume, start businesses. There'll be a chance for the poor to start businesses. There'll be a chance for the poor to enjoy a great time in life here in America, like they should be, because they are in America. And also, so I can imagine all Americans with all their debt wiped out to the government. So the government starts with a clean slate of all their most of their taxes paid back, up to $50,000, and everyone buying and consuming like mass craziness. Would that boost everything? Yes, it would. Do we have to give it to the banks and everybody else? No, give it right to the people. I think that bailout, they fed the cow the hay at the wrong end. They gave the cow the hay at the butt instead of to the mouth. Give it to the people, not to the banks, because now we have to go find a bank that will give us a loan. What the hell is that? It's like finding a restaurant that the government already paid for, but now you have to go find the restaurant that they paid for. Which was it that they paid for? It's bullshit. It should have been the other way around, where they give us the money. $100,000 that we spend in America only stays in America, and we clear all the debt for all Americans. Imagine what kind of a message that would send out to the rest of the world. The rest of the world will go, Jesus Christ, America's the best. It's the best. They give all their people $100,000. Everybody's got brand new cars. I know, ladies. Everybody's got brand new everything. And so that's the best. My idea to help the poor is to give everybody $100,000 and let them spend it however they want. And I'm sure they'll do a great job bringing back the nation's economy and not having to. I think it's like 300 million people. At 100,000, it's something like $3 trillion. We've spent more than $3 trillion on so many different things in the past 10 years. $3 trillion to the Americans, and do it in this way will save all jobs and benefits to the poor, and everybody be happy. That's what I say. That's right. That's just me. I'm just an entertainer, just throwing it out there. You know, got real high one time and figured it out, and then said, well, let's try it that way. Obama, take notes. Take notes, baby. Rock and roll. Give it to America. Give it back to America. Feed the cow the right direction. Give it to the people.
I failed to tell you it had to be under a minute. So real quick, is there any... Real quick, is there any closing things that you'd like to say?
What's up, mama? Rock and roll, here I am. Elvis Presley. It's my new bodyguard.
How can we help the poor throughout the galaxy?
Well, I think there are a couple of things we can do. Give the opportunity to everyone to get a really good education, you know, go to school, go to university, for they can get a better jobs. And we think everybody needs change a little bit this style of life we have now. We always spending and spending, you know. It's being more rational people, you know. And don't think too much in the money, if not how we can live with the things we have, you know. Not always we need more and more, you know. I think these two things can be good, you know.
So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say to our viewers?
Okay, more ideas?
Whatever you want to know.
Okay, I think maybe another idea too is we build too much walls, you know. We need with more bridges, you know, like meet the people of another countries, you know, how need these people, how we can send them, you know, for they be independent, you know, not always depends on the help the rich people can send to them, you know. Give the opportunity to these countries to be independent, have their own school, their own industries, everything, you know.
So in closing, this is Jarban from the Predatory Lending Network talking to you.